Evening or afternoon, depending on where you're at. I'd like to welcome you to the first Sunday attempt at our live template editing. Hopefully this is a little easier for everyone to be able to attend. This is an open forum, so if you've got any questions or if I'm doing something and you just got a question about it, just stop me. Just ping in and say, hey, what's going on there? Or if you got a question about something you're working on, you can either send a chat to me in the group here, or you can just raise that, and time allows, we'll take a look at that. Today's going to be actually fairly short. I just have one that was a request from support, so I thought we'd hit that one first and go from there. So we'll wait just a couple more minutes to get started and see who else joins us. How are you, Seth? Oh, you're muted still. Should be down that lower left corner.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Yeah.
All right. I was going to plug a microphone in, but I guess my webcam has a built-in mic.
Yeah, most of them do these days.
What the heck happened? My USB thing went behind my desk. I'm not worried about it right now. Screw it. It's been a while since I joined one of these. I only did one once, and yeah, I've been meaning to want to jump on, but looks like you moved it to Sunday, so which is actually kind of a little bit better for me. So I'm glad that you did that.
Yeah, it's a test to see. I know it's a challenge for people to join on a Thursday afternoon.
Well, yeah, because I have a day job. I work Monday through Friday, and I have a day job that I do. You know, that pays my benefits, so health insurance, all that other fun stuff. I don't want to give that up. That's union.
Right. Hey, Christopher.
Hey, Mike.
How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent. So we're gonna take a look at your template to get us started today. How's that?
Sounds good to me. I don't know what it was. I was struggling or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I actually haven't even had a chance to open it up yet. Trying to see how the Sunday afternoon thing's going to work here. So
Yeah, I always forget about Thursdays and stuff. So I'm a 911 dispatcher. That's my full-time job. So
Okay.
my schedule goes back and forth, and I like my beauty sleep. What can I say? So
See, he's got the full-time job too, Monday through Friday, probably.
yeah, mine's 7 days a week sometimes. So we're losing a dispatcher. So I'm dreading February. That's why my photo booth is a part-time job. So
Pretend job.
Yeah, understood.
Right?
yeah.
We always say that.
Well, it was
Awesome.
funny. I did DJing for about 15 years. I averaged 70 events a year, and that was my part-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I DJ and then I do photo booths. And now I just got into doing. Now I just bought a 360 booth, and I don't know nothing about that yet. I haven't even attempted to try to figure that out.
Yeah, I looked into the 360. I'm not sold yet. It's got to be that right event, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they're kind of coming back down to earth too. They were really high there in 22, 23, and kind of making their way back down to kind of where they've been historically. It feels like. I mean, they're not new. They've been around for over a decade, but one party kicked them off. One party, and it was kind of crazy. That was interesting to watch that whole phenomenon go on. It's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
Well, I think it might be just the three of us, so we'll go ahead and get started. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the whole process from. Do either one of you guys use our widget?
Yes.
The widget's new, isn't it?
No, I've had it. I launched it. It's been around 11 years, I think.
Well, no, I think I remember emailing you one time before, and it was like outdated, the widget, and you said you were no longer using it. You were working on a new one or something. That might have been a while
That's
ago.
probably Templates Manager, which I did just resurrect.
Templates Manager, that's right.
Yeah.
Is that so? What's the difference? What's a Templates Manager, and what is the thing that you're talking about?
So the widget allows you to put our catalog unbranded, like on your website, or you can serve it up as a custom URL.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I've had that
Yeah.
forever.
Okay. So what we've done now is brought the widget into Templates Manager more. So
Yes, and it's a lifesaver.
So now you can actually go in here and it will auto log you in. You can go in and change all of your offered settings inside of Templates Manager. So that's in 2.49, which just went live like Friday. And then the previous release brought in the client selections. So we can now kick off and easily go see our widget. So let me go ahead and pop that guy up here. And see, I don't think you provided the name to that template that you were using. Let's see.
Mike, is this something I'm going to have to update my website for, the new whatever it is?
There's no changes to the widget, so no changes on your part in that regard. And then I'm actually just using, so everybody has like a custom URL at widget.photoboothtemplates.com. So even if you don't want to embed it in your website, you can still tie it into your workflow. That's kind of what I'm doing here. Let's see.
Yeah, that's why I have mine integrated in my website and then also through my Check Cherry.
Okay.
So either way, and I like it how you combined it, the widget and the manager, because when I think I emailed you about the manager when you're like, yeah, we don't support that anymore. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier, which, and I understand, you got to make progress, so some things have to go and everything before you can get good, good and better stuff.
Yep. It was, COVID kind of knocked that one on its face for a while there.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do a sample submission. This is our client, Johnny Bravo.
I did have one question with the widget. So I have it integrated into my Check Cherry. And so when my clients click on that, I actually get a Check Cherry notification and it doesn't go up into the widget. Is that something Check Cherry has, or is that just because?
No, unfortunately. So Check Cherry we did a couple integrations with them. I'm not sure if they took the widget. So you used to be able to use our native widget in Check Cherry, and then we also opened up the ability for them to import InDesigns, and then they did their own custom. Unfortunately, that system is not integrated into ours.
Yeah, which is understandable. I just wasn't sure, because the nice thing is when you go the manager, you go to your widget or your client selection, and that's the big thing I like about it.
Yep,
because then
that's
there's
what we're
kind of
gonna
a record of everything.
Getting ready to do that right now. So we just went from our widget. Now we're going to go to client selections and resync that.
So
And now we got Johnny Bravo right here. So that's our new guy.
So I have to download. Here's my question, I guess. Because if I go into my emails right now, where the heck's my email inbox? All these tabs open, and I don't even know which one my email inbox is. Let me just open up a new tab and just go to Gmail real quick. I know, like, one of the things that I do to keep track of everything, like, I'll type in in the search bar, photo booth, templates, your client.
Mm-hmm.
And it lists like all these emails from photo booth templates. Your Marnie, picked this one. Your the client Nicole picked this one. So I don't need to go back through the emails and try to find which client. If I
No, they
download,
now live inside of the latest versions of Templates Manager.
so I just have to download Templates Manager and then I can view everything that I have.
Yeah. It's kind of my vision for it is to kind of become the hub in 2026.
Okay,
Just to make
that-
things a lot easier in
that's
one place. And you can actually go in and manage them now, whereas before, like you couldn't delete stuff, so you can delete your users and whatnot. Or, because I'm sure all of you have a ton of old legacy client selections from over the years.
Oh yeah.
See, we got a furry friend showed up there.
Yeah, she, my wife said that she's been a little clingy. So I have food over on my other side, so she's like, "Ah, you gonna share?"
Right. We're gonna create a Johnny Bravo edit. So with Templates Manager, everything's kind of set up that you get your masters will be downloaded here, but then we make copies and work from those on a client edit basis. So you just always have a core set of files that you can come back to without having to go out and download stuff again. So we just made that new one. So we got Johnny Bravo's here. The other cool thing, not sure why, I think I might have broke something here. Nope, there it is. My eyes just aren't working on a Sunday. You'll now have a record here. So I just created this one. So I've got a record inside of the client selections, and then I can also see them here on client edits. And you can even filter here now, so now I know I'm just working with Johnny Bravo. So just trying to make it so there's a lot of different places in the app you can get this stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and open up that PSD file there. And we're going to get it flipped over here to close out our extra layers. And is this the right template that you were working with?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So we're going to go see what the designers did with this one. I see a number of layers, so this should be interesting. And it does. Okay, I see what you ran into. They didn't. So there was a long period of time where we were not setting the presets, and that went unnoticed. So that appears to be what happened here. So when you were clicking your color samples there, you weren't getting anything, so we gotta go in.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's gonna work out good for us to edit with here. Yeah, I just popped this guy on the top. All right,
And then
so,
another question while you do that and everything. So now in your manager, is there a way that you can, so like let's say someone contacted me and didn't send a submission of photo template and they just want me to pick it out, but I want a record of that. Is there a way that, because I see where it comes up name and then client selection,
there is not, but that would be a great feature to add, wouldn't it?
Okay. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was in, I'm assuming, I'm like, oh, they'll probably put that in the works somewhere.
Yeah, no, well, we can definitely get that. I actually didn't have that on the immediate roadmap, but yeah, I mean, kind of starts to become a little bit of a CRM at that point. So
Yeah.
I think there's no reason. We already can go in, edit, and everything. So not much of a difference there with creating. So
I figured that way because, I mean, when you look at it, that's your main hub of, your storage of all your templates. So it's kind of nice. Like if you do a bridal show or a wedding shower or something like that. I do a lot of school activities that I throw the photo booth in at a discounted rate. Well, if I'm gonna give them a discount, I'm gonna choose the template and stuff like that. So
yeah, I did kind of have on the roadmap getting some more workflow stuff in there later in the year to where like you can send out even like, oh, here's our proofs, and then they can give you a thumbs up, thumbs down. But that's a finite one. We want to kind of get some rules around that before we do that, as far as keeping that back and forth as minimal as possible for everyone. But yeah, that is on the roadmap. So I like the idea of creating them too. So I will get that put into my roadmap, and we will get that implemented. So let's see what we can do with this very This is one of our more complex designs, it looks like to me. I've never been in this one personally, so let's see what we can do here. So we're going to come up here and we're going to use the hue saturation layers. And I always find that like oversaturation of 100% really makes stuff like super vivid. I typically kind of find this, the 80 percentile to be kind of the sweet spot when I'm editing the colors. Personal preference there, but I just find that one to be pretty good. And all we're going to do is we're going to just come across here until we get into that. Now it's going to be a little bit lighter, so that's a little too green, I think. And you can use your arrow keys here. So what I like to do actually is, let me shrink that down a little bit. I like to come in and really, oh, that was not what I wanted. There we go. I like to drag that down there so I can see them colors in close proximity, just kind of see how close I am. And we are pretty close there. I would actually say this is probably a little bit, the samples are a little less saturated even. So
yeah,
you know,
it popped in with a color code.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't really typed it in yet to see what that actually is.
Oh, you did provide that. I apologize. I did not notice.
No, no worries.
Yeah, I've always had trouble with the color codes, like because there's like in the template thing, the widget, it says what's the primary color, your secondary color. Like, okay, well, I want the background like as the primary color. Like the primary color could be the text of the people's names, for all I know.
Primary is going to be typically your background colors.
Right, but I mean,
dominant color.
Right. But like the way it's like, so like because there's so many different templates that have so many different colors, and like sometimes like, I mean, this one's pretty simple as far as but there's some templates that actually have like different colors for different things, and I'm like wondering which color goes where. Sometimes I'm asking the client, you know.
Yeah, it's kind of a there's a little bit of an art form to that side of it, I would say. And you know, typically if you go with your gut, you're like, oh, this is the predominant color in this design, so that's going to be my primary. Nine out of 10 times you're going to be right.
So not to kind of get off subject or whatnot, but the hue and saturation, was that the one you did right underneath the backdrop?
Yeah, so the hue saturations, and I've got a couple little help videos. I need to do some more, but that's what these are also for. Every layer inside of a design will have a hue saturation over it. Okay. And I've actually started renaming those color adjust just so it's a little bit more obvious what it's there for. So so here's the default color. I went in, used the hue saturation layer to adjust the color to make it what your client had asked for, which she did actually kind of pretty much go for that turquoise. So we're right in the ballpark there. I would probably just brighten that up a little bit and maybe even bring a little bit more saturation in, but I think we're right in that sweet spot of where her color is.
Okay. So if she provided exact numbers, how do you can you actually like type that in there, or do you just have to guess?
Some designs that are simpler and flatter, you can actually use just like a color overlay, or you can do a color fill on a background. But when you get into the textures and stuff, when they're really a rich design, that's when the hue saturations are. So that's pretty much where these, like, I find it best to create a couple layers, and on them layers to put in the provided hex codes. And then I can move those in where I'm adjusting.
Where do you put those hex codes at is where I'm confused about. Yeah, see right there. Like I've tried messing around with that before, and for whatever reason I can never figure out how to get that to work.
So all this is doing is setting like the foreground, background, and then what I did is I created a new layer, and here we'll just do it again. So using the new layer tool down here, and I think you can do it up here too. So if you go layer new, And then I just personally use the marquee tool, draw myself a square, and then I fill with that color. So the shortcut for that is Alt Backspace. I'm sure there's a menu item. I've used Photoshop for so long, I don't remember where it is. Let's see. Let's see here. It's got to be, you would think it'd be right in here somewhere. They used to have a little paint bucket in the toolbar, but they got rid of that like probably 7 or 8 years ago. And
Yeah, I added mine back into it.
so I use the shortcut keys. I don't know if can you right click? Sometimes you can do that too. Doesn't look like it. I honestly don't know where to do it in the menus. But Alt Backspace will fill the foreground, and Control Backspace will fill. You can see there. And that's just. So what I do is I create this layer here so that I can drag it around to where I'm editing, just to see that I'm in that ballpark. You're never going to be dead on, and even if you are dead on, your prints are not going to agree with what's on your screen. So it's really more about let's get in the ballpark of it, so that they, you know, like when they look at it, they're like, oh yeah, that is a turquoise. I mean, like the difference is going to be, you know, there's shades and tones and shadows, and so I would not go beyond just that. And really with the hue saturation layers, the critical thing is this colorize checkbox. If you don't click the colorize checkbox, you can influence stuff, but it's not as easy. This one actually adjusts pretty good, but some layers will not adjust well. So colorize allows you to really manipulate the color much better. So always check that first. When you're working with a dark color, you got to bring some lightness into it. If you're switching it from like a black, let's see if we can find something here. Here, I'll just do it this way just to show you. So let's make us a new black box here. So if I put a hue saturation layer over top of this black box, and I'm just going to do a clipping mask that real quick, but I can come to colorize, and it doesn't matter if I do colorize or not colorize, and I can move this around and move these. Nothing changes, right?
Yeah, I see that. Nothing changes.
Until I start bringing brightness into it. So that's always the key for when you're dealing with a black, is you got to bring some brightness in it. It's usually right around 50 will get you to a true red. You know, like, so now I can make this any color I need it to be. And the same thing goes for if we're working with white. So if we switch this guy over to white, and I come back and I go to my hue saturation layer, again, now I'm blown out, so there's no color, right? So now I've got to go the other direction and go into that -50, get you right into there, and now your colors will change again. So if you are working with an element that's, you know, bright or dark, using those lightnesses in the opposite directions will allow you to put color into an element. That works for anything, you know, like photos, you know, anything you're doing inside of Photoshop. It's not specific to, you know, our designs. I don't know, was that helpful?
Yeah, well, I can understand it now a little bit.
Did you say she had some other colors for you, or do we just?
No,
wanna...
it was just that was just the main. They wanted more of that teal than the darker.
Okay.
They didn't want the background clashing with the photo template and everything. So
probably wouldn't be a bad idea then for you to kind of move it on into like what the design actually has. So here's another little trick. We're going to go to our, what do they call it these days? I think it's the move tool still. Yes, so move tool, shortcuts V. And we're going to click auto select in the top, and we're going to select layer. And if you're ever hunting down inside of, especially in a design like this where there's a whole bunch of elements in it, by checking these, now I can go click and it will select that layer for me. That way I'm not hunting it down. Now I know that I've got it. So auto select, and the latest versions always want to default to group. So you got to make sure you also go down and say layer.
Yep.
That'll allow you to go select any element quickly without hunting for it on the layers panel. I find that one helpful. I use that all the time. Let's see what we do. So I'll bring up our saturation. I'll try and get this sea foam that we've got here, or blues.
Yeah, and I'm gonna change that color a little bit too, just because they're having a logo there instead of text.
Oh, okay.
So eventually.
Yeah. Looks like they probably went into right in that range is where I'm guessing. A little bit on the blue side. And then you would just change your fonts. You said you got a logo, so, but in this case, we would want to be using the fonts, so we can select our 2 fonts. Bring our brightness up and go to white. Do the same thing here. And probably all of our, actually looks like all of our fonts. So let's just do that. A little easier to grab it that way even.
Yeah.
Let's see, I don't have my fonts installed, so it's going
Oh,
to
yeah,
give me
so-
a hard time.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, that's the first thing I do is I get the information page
Yep.
and granted a lot of templates that I use the same, so I'm good, but
Yeah, so you can go here now and you can just click info. And that will open up the info index file for you. So you don't have to go into the file system anymore. These are our 2 fonts here. I think I have Merriweather. I must not have the Slim, but I'm not going to install them today because I'm editing the fonts there. Or the text. Are there any other designs you'd like to see, or is there anything in particular that you'd like? I haven't had anyone on for a while to actually interact with the last couple because it was right through the holidays there. So I just was grabbing a theme and editing.
That's it right now. My other 2 events, they haven't picked the template yet, so I don't know.
Okay. Seth, anything that any questions that you come across quite a bit?
yeah, I mean, I'm still on vacation mode.
Yeah, no worries.
My next event's not until March.
Okay.
As far as photo booth goes, I think its next one is in March. And then wedding season will kick back in and we'll get more. But I mean, I have some sitting in my inbox, but I don't want to. I just didn't make. I didn't make them. Some of them I made, but some of them I did not make yet. It's like October, September, October, and it's like I got time. I don't need to make them right now. You know.
Yeah, and sometimes you go too far out and then they change things. I've had that one happen a few times over the years.
Thing, though, I can't. They need because I only get so many. Because with your VIP club, you only get so many discounted codes. Because there's been times where I get so many photo booths that I actually have to buy some. Like I used all my VIP codes, my coupon codes, so I have to go in and I have to buy the discounted templates. So, if they want to change it, I'm going to charge them extra.
Yep.
They already made that.
Even if you've done the work, it's like at that point you've done the work. So
you want to change your template, I'm going to charge you extra for it. But yeah, I don't have any right now. Not until March, so I'm good. I still have a lot to do on my back end of things as far as putting stuff in my CRM and downloading this new thing that you have, the new updated version of the manager.
Yeah, it's right on the website now, so should be able to get to that pretty easily. Hopefully, it's now obvious. It's right here on the main page, and you can also find it up under tools. I did some menu updates here recently, so yeah, just download it from here. There's a quick little start video there. There's some other videos on the YouTube, and keep building that out from there. But yeah, definitely give it a download and get your library imported, and you can sync, like I said, you can sync it up with your widget now, so that'll pull in. You can even clean up all them old selections now, which you can also do on the web interface also now.
All right.
So do you guys usually do the background and overlay separate? Like,
Usually when I usually import and stuff like that, once in a while if I don't have to modify anything, the old manager you could export right into it, and then I would just remove the overlay and then throw a custom overlay or whatever on it. But a lot of times, I would save a backdrop. On Photoshop, I would save the background as one photo and then a GIF for the overlay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
Yeah. The main reason I kind of always try to import it into, I use Darkroom, Darkroom.
Okay, Darkroom Booth.
Yep. Is the photo size and where it's supposed to be at and everything. So that's where it's a little easier that way.
Yeah, I'm bringing the exporters back. I just got to revisit and see what everybody has changed or not changed. Since now that we have like 20 photo booth software between iPad and Windows, I think Templates Manager is going to predominantly stay focused on Windows-based stuff. I mean, obviously you can export out and use anything, take it anywhere. But I plan on getting the Darkroom Booth one back in there, DSLR booth, photo booth with the F on the end, and Breeze software. So we'll get all those back in there for that. We do have a bunch of starter files for Darkroom users. Are you using those?
Yeah, I used a little bit of those. I don't know. I want to say they're basic.
Well, so what they are is they're the starting for.
Oh, the actual template and everything that has.
It's got the layout for you.
Talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. So on our website, I just have a trial of their stuff here, but so if I go in, let's see, I don't use this a whole lot. Let's see, edit template. Where can I select a new one at? I always mess that up. Choose.
So
there
you
we go.
hit. You go in.
If you import them, this is so we have fixed layouts, right? So they're going to be one of these configurations always. So then you can just make a duplicate of that, import your graphics, and you're done. Instead of trying to figure out where and then once I bring the functionality back into Templates Manager, then it will just inject it directly into Xdrive.
And I like doing that because eventually, I was big on having a photo book of just all the photo strips I have. And now that I have, 500-600 of them and stuff, I'm not going to print them, every single one of them, for a bridal show or whatnot. I just say, hey, here's my widget. I can customize anything almost to a point. So.
Yep. Yeah, if running the widget on an iPad or something like that works real well.
Yes. Yep. We usually hook it up to a TV screen so they can kind of see it, and then grab the iPad. And then even through the bridal show and stuff like that, that's kind of how we, just vice versa. We try doing more strips than we do 4x6s for the postcard. In the long run, I think I save more money that way, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
Hey, you're talking 12 cents a print. I mean, no matter what, it's printing a 4x6, so they're kind of the same.
Yeah.
But you get double the prints, though.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is, I live in rural Iowa, so we have more everybody says oh yeah, you should do AI stuff. It's yeah, my common I do more group than I do one or two people. You know, it's 5 or 6 people. Well, if you do 6 people, that's 6 4x6s where it's only 3 4x6s if I do the strip. So
Yeah, you know, every market's definitely different. I live in a rural
Yeah.
part of Ohio, so I fully understand. You know, the budgets just aren't typically as big.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are, but not always.
Yeah.
So do you do the single strip inside of Darkroom then, or do you use the DMP native driver and do the 4x6?
So it prints out the 4x6 and then it automatically cuts. So
Right.
I'm using the
Do you crop down the
yeah.
our
So
temp-
I crop it down. So I design. So to be honest, I designed the left side of the template, and then I'll downsize it in Darkroom Booth.
Okay, you want to go through
and
that
then-
real quick here in Photoshop? I'll show you.
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. It's super simple. And you can do these same steps in Darkroom. I just actually find them quicker inside of Photoshop. So
Yep.
Darkroom natively is a 12 or 600 by 1800. It doesn't honor full print. All of our prints are going to be 1240 by 1844. And that's like the page size of the DMP printers, just so that you get all the way to the edge. So we got to do a couple steps here. So we'll go in and everything we're going to do is inside a canvas, all right? So we're going to do canvas size, and we're going to work with the left side first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this arrow here. So now my anchor point's moved, and I'm going to crop from the other side. So I like to first start by just cutting things in half. So we're going to do 1240 cut in half, 620. Going to give me my warning. We're going to cut it down. Now it's offset a little bit because of those numbers that I just told you about. So I've got 20 extra pixels on that left-hand side right now. So I come back to canvas again, I go to the opposite side, and this one I do my final trim. So we're going to go to 600, and then again, Darkroom doesn't honor the bleed, so we'll get rid of that and go to 1800. And then there's your strip for Darkroom Booth.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that might. To me, I think that's a little simpler than actually do it in Darkroom.
Yeah, I think Photoshop's a much easier way to do it personally. And then if you want to go the next step, I actually anymore just do overlays. So if you have your photo spots here, I'm going to hide that layer so they go away. But I'm going to hover over the thumbnail here, and I'm going to hold the Control key and click on that. You see the little marching ants now, the little dash lines. I'm going to come up here to select, and I'm going to inverse that, and I'm going to come down and click well, I guess I can do it up here too. Let me see if I can find out where to do it up here. Layer filter. Okay. I know where it is down here. So I'm going to click on background layer group, and we're going to scroll to the bottom here, and this guy right here, layer mask. Click it, and then there's your... There's a single overlay. You can just export that out as a PNG file.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's something I learned. Okay, can we run that back again? I gotta figure how do we do that again? Run that back.
So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure we have background and overlay showing.
So you're gonna. So we have the back. So you have the background. You're on the background layer, right?
Yes. So I select the background because if I hide that, you know, like transparency is on the overlay already. So
Yep.
And then I'm going to come in here, and I like to hide so that I can see when it works. I hide the photo spots, hover over the thumbnail, hold your Control key, and left click on it.
The thumbnail for what? It says coordinates PNG.
Yes.
It's hard to see your screen because it's.
I'm sorry. I know you can rearrange it so that mine's like the main one.
Yeah, if you go down to the bottom where it has the 3 dots next to the N key, and then it'll adjust view. I have it on a sidebar where
spotlight maybe.
Yeah, if you do spotlight, it's gonna show the person that's talking.
Now I have it on sidebar, but you're there. I want to do it. I want to put hit. Okay, there we go. Now that works.
So is that a little easier to see now?
So that's
coordinates.
PNG.
Yep. So you want to go right over the little thumbnail inside of your layer, and then you're going to click the Control button, and then left click on that. All right. And that will select, what it'll do is it'll select whatever elements are on that layer. If that layer is full, it did the whole thing. And then the last step, or the second last step, we're going to go to select and go inverse. And what that does, instead of selecting the boxes, it flips it outward. It selects everything but the boxes. And the last step is the layer mask.
So
down here at the bottom.
coordinates, and you selected that.
And as soon as you put the layer mask on, it'll make that transparent, and it's non-destructive. That's the other really nice thing about it. So you can come in here where this layer mask is, just disable it and re-enable it. The layer masks are really powerful in that
really
way.
going to speed things up for me.
Excellent. Well, hey, we're always after that one tidbit at least to make these values.
Yeah.
I just have to remember to do it. That's all.
Yep. I can't help you with that. So from there we would just do our export. And another feature that I did add into Templates Manager in the latest version is an Explorer. So we can do our export to zip file, and then it will automatically open up Explorer to my files for me. So that was a new one that we just added in, so that you can get back to the files quickly to move those around as needed. So yeah, there's a lot of features going into there. Like I'm adding them pretty much weekly. So yeah, that makes life a little easier, in my opinion, to deal with a single overlay, and to working within Darkroom, and then all the iPad-based softwares want that single strip also. So doing that modification in the Photoshop files, much easier in my opinion. And another note, you can actually record an action if you want, and you do that, then you can just automate that process. You just go click the action, say create strip. Maybe next week I'll get one of those. I'll get the script together and we can go through that. I'm all about automations and making life easier.
Amen to that.
Yes.
Anything else I can show you tonight?
That's it for me. Of kind of was my question and everything. I've changed in that.
Excellent. Well, I always post these live, or up to YouTube for later rewatch, so you can come back and see those.
Yeah, just
I don't think there's a real big file. I can send you the PSD file if you'd like. Then you can
if you want to, you certainly can. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I'll send it to you in your support ticket there, and then that way that'll save you a couple steps there.
Yeah, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful knowing that I can take that and remove the pictures. That makes it, because I was trying to figure out how to do that a long time ago with things, and sometimes it's confusing because you go to delete something and then deletes something that you don't want deleted, and then crap, I gotta undo that.
Yeah.
Well, and I like it this way is because I will admit I messed up on the template and didn't realize till halfway through the event that I had the bride's name completely spelled wrong.
Oh no.
Yeah. So it's like, what am I gonna do? You know, I got all these people, and luckily I caught it. I actually designed that one in Darkroom, so I hurried up, changed it. Half of them, in Darkroom. So half of them were changed, and then what I did is I stayed in. Dog, you're not a lap dog. Sorry. And then I had a photo book that people were writing notes and putting a photo strip there. So I stayed an additional hour, just said like, hey, no big deal. I'm going to give you a free hour. We're having a free time. No, I needed that time so I could reprint with the new template and replace. I think I had to place like 100, 200 photos. That's what it seemed like.
Because when you originally edited that, you edited it in Photoshop, and then you said, wait a minute, you said it was.
Yeah, I did in Darkroom. That one I did in Darkroom. I didn't do anything in Photoshop. And that's if I did it in Photoshop, and I've done that too, where I have a second computer with me, I'll hurry up and then just save the overlay,
Mm-hmm.
and then usually if I catch it during a downtime, I'll hurry up and change that. So I have Darkroom Booth on both computers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the nice thing is when I'm on my backup computer, I can save the template, and so then now I use Dropbox, so I just send it over to the Dropbox and then hurry up and just swap them out and install it into the dark or the photo booth that I'm using, the computer. So that's a little easier for me, I think.
Yeah.
So, wait a minute. If you're doing, if you already started printing them out and the bride's name was wrong, and you go in there and you change and edit it, does that automatically change them?
Going forward, and then you have to work your way back through your old library.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So I looked out. I saw the person that noticed it was someone that I knew personally. So, and that was the first time that they were in the booth. So then I went back in my dark room and saw how many photos I needed to change the template. So I edited the correction. And the funny thing is, the bride actually approved it when I sent her the proof.
Of course.
I've been there, done that.
But they have thousands of things that they're going through, but I'm still going to be the one that looks bad. So then I looked at it, and I'm going to say there was probably 30, 35 of them that are messed up. So then I went into the page when I didn't have anybody there, and I can click reprint with a different template. So I just threw the new updated template in the computer and then did it that way. And then reprinted just them.
I'll have to figure out how to do that because I've had that happen before, like where I'll put in there and I'm like, I messed something up.
Yeah.
And,
Do you use Darkroom also, Seth?
I do use Darkroom. I like Darkroom, honestly. And I do use Curator, but I use Curator for like my digital photo booth, like my iPad booth. So if I'm not doing any prints and I'm just doing overlays.
Okay.
For digital photos, I'll use Curator. So.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, sometime you can certainly reach out to me, Seth, too, and I can kind of show you how I did it. Just helping another fellow out or whatnot too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's some good stuff out that I've seen that I didn't know, and other people have reached out.
Fair enough.
Yep. Always good to help each other out. Yeah.
Of course. I don't look at it as competition. I look at it as networking with each other.
Yep.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, definitely. What is it? A rising tide lifts all boats. Well, I'm gonna wrap it up here then, and appreciate you guys jumping on. Some great questions, and I think I was actually able to deliver a little value for you guys. So
yeah, I appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that you do this.
Well,
I'm just glad
it's a lot of fun.
I haven't even checked any of the old recordings yet. Just keep on getting emails like, yeah, I gotta watch the videos.
Yeah, it's all good. I'm trying to put chapters in them so if people are like we're part of it and trying to come back. A lot of it's more for that value. So like for you guys, if we talked about this and it was in this session, I can go find that again. So well, awesome. Well, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday, and hopefully I guess it's a holiday for many Monday. So.
Yeah, bankers.
Yeah.
Government workers. Maybe.
Hey, I'm government and I have to work.
Okay.
Okay.
A little bit different on government side.
Yeah, no, I know. So. All right. Well, you guys have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Take care.
Guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Bye. So tonight we did some hands-on question and answers. It was a little less of a beginning to end type of edits this week. It was more of let's address questions, do some tips and tricks. Hope you find value in the video, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.